Good morning, comrades. We have a special shave today. Welcome to the cadre, theshavingcadre.com. Welcome everybody else. I'd mentioned in my journal last week that I tried the Voskhod blade. Again, I'd used it earlier in my shaving career. People do that, and I can't seem to get it to focus on where I want this. What if we did like that? Messing around. Yeah, too close, I guess. Anyway, tried this in the Timeless. Did not work well. I remembered I'd used it a little while ago in a different razor. It worked just fine. And then Doug was kind enough to say, maybe a Russian razor will work better with a Russian blade. So he sent me this dude, a Russian razor. So you can see it's in the package. I just took the staples out so it wouldn't be super loud opening it on camera. But this is actually the first time I'll be taking it out of the package and trying to load it. You can see it's got quite a bend there on the blade. So in my experience, that should give you a pretty mild shave because of the angle of the blade to your face. So just your basic look at that 3-piece razor. This is interesting. There's a little piece of metal in there. Little, I don't know, maybe that helps keep it clean. So it's loose, so it's just kind of sitting in there. One side seems to be attached or something. Without my glasses, I can't tell you exactly. One side is coming up. My fingers are in the way too. One side is coming up there, but the other side seems to be attached or something. Anyway, doing this on camera, dude, get moving. All right, so Voskhod blade, double packed for your protection. Okay, so there you go in Russian. Put that dude in. So this is all plastic. This is black plastic. This is silvery plastic. That little inner thing was metal. I think this is plastic too. It's got some knurling on it, but it's pretty light. And screwing it in, I think, in fact, let me check. I think the threads are metal, but I'm not sure what I'm screwing into it is metal or plastic. But there, I had a little pop. I was noticing that the blade exposures does not, I don't know if you can pick that up, but this side seems like the blade is sticking out farther than that side. So but we will give this a shot. I've not been following my own rule, been getting stuff set up and haven't kept my face wet the entire time. But what other soap can you use for a Russian shave but Russian tea? I was searching, I couldn't think of anything. I said, well, I don't have any Russian soaps. I don't have anything that sounds Russian. Duh. So let's get started. And what brush are we using? Omega Boar. Why? Because boar is short for Borris. No, I'm sure it's not. Again, the old thinker was working on overdrive this morning trying to pair up this stuff for a Russian shave. So there you go. Russian tea. Borris the brush. Russian blade, Russian razor. I got curious. I was like, I wonder if you want to collect Russian razors. Are there like vintage Russian razors out there? Or what did they use? Didn't spend a lot of time on it. Didn't come up with much, but it was interesting. There's this contraption that looks like an electric razor, except it's a manual wind-up. I'm very curious how well that could function. Not curious enough to have one sent to me, but if you're interested. So here we go, very lightweight razor. Whoa. You can probably hear that. I'm pretty sure that's the blade vibrating. So that was the side with a little bit more blade exposure. Let's go to the one with less. No. So it's kind of funny. I can kind of hear the blade, like not just the edge of it, but like the body of it, a couple of times like moving around inside the base of the razor. And I'm wondering if some of this sound is just because the razor is so lightweight. It's really acting like an echo chamber in there. It's pretty hollow. So maybe the sounds don't really reflect the shave. Maybe what that metal thing is, like you know, baffles on a muffler that are meant to make it sound louder. This is like a tricked out Russian razor. But the sound was very distracting. I think that the shave was actually pretty darn good. We'll have to check hair removal after the second pass. There's quite a bit left right now, but I don't know. Doug, you could be right. No tugging, no pulling. Let's see. So let's go, we're going to go back with the side with the more blade sticking out. Let's see. Since it doesn't cause problems, let's see how close the shave we can get. I would have to say, I don't have a scale. It would not surprise me to learn that like something like the Timeless or the 6S might weigh 3 times as much as this. I mean, this whole thing weighs less than probably the head of one of those. The whole thing is vibrating with all those noises you hear. That's what makes me think it's probably, at least some of that noise is blade vibration. I wouldn't think that the noise of cutting hairs would actually vibrate the whole razor. But yeah, I don't know. Well, so we're not stopping there. But after 2 passes, this is pretty good. We're certainly close to a dry down BBS. I've got some hairs that you just can't get rid of without that across the grain pass, or against the grain. Excuse me, against the grain on the neck. But I actually do think I had a pretty close shave yesterday. I think right now if we stopped, we'd be darn close to BBS after everything dries down. So very generous of Doug. He told me that if I dug the razor, I could keep it, and I'll keep it dug. It's just kind of, obviously if this was like a, $5 thing, you'll see, I'm gonna finish up, see, it's adjustable, aggressive, not aggressive, aggressive, adjusting, just twist to the handle there. Man, that's loud. Anyway, I was saying if this was just like, super cheap thing that you got from a drugstore, like a single blade disposable, I certainly would not use it, but it's kind of cool to be able to pair your Russian razor blade with a Russian razor. I don't know that the feel of the two sides is any different. And off camera with glasses on, I'll kind of check out the seating of the blade a little bit better, and I'm assuming it's not built. Whoop, let's keep it mild. I'm assuming it's not purposefully built to have more blades showing on one side than the other. So my assumption is that it's just a little loose in there, and if you wanted to, you could even them out. Wow, this is a decent shave. This is the part that would normally, get a little sting, but this stroke right here is the one that normally I'll feel a lot of tugging and irritation with, even with a great shave, but it's pretty good. Very interesting. All right, let's check out the final product. Oh man, that's good. That's completely super smooth BB. That's a I don't know. We're on the verge of dolphin skin BBS. That's a pretty darn good shave. So very interesting. So poor Don on his journal entry this morning said he was between soaps. Poor Don, we're already razzing him this early in the morning about what he posted. Just cleaning my bowl out. Just have to chuckle because it makes it sound like I don't know, he got laid off from his soap and he was between soaps, or something happened that he needed his prenup for or something, and his soap moved out and he's taking a break. Shaving soaps, he's between soaps now. I don't know. Just having fun, Don. We'd play bingo on the shaving cadre. And TJ just won our last game yesterday, so we've got no bingo to keep us entertained, so I guess this morning it's Don keeping us entertained. There's Lemon. Oh, look at that. Just last dregs. Alright. Well, I will end this here. If you guys watch, you know the routine. Let that dry. I'll do a little bit of Nivea 2-in-1. And then I actually got some new colognes that I'm trying samples of. So if you want to see what I use, come check out my journal on the shaving cadre. Hope it's a great Friday for you guys, and I'll catch you next time.